Hey everyone, today I'll be going through all of the different achievements for the world event that's going on right now, the Pilgrim's Bounty. So we'll go through each one and seeing how we can complete all of these different achievements so you can get the Pilgrim Meta Achievement. The achievement rewards you with the Pilgrim title and the plump turkey pet. As you can see there, a plump turkey and my Pilgrim title. Very awesome. Now, what I find strange is that this achievement was part of a much longer achievement, this bigger meta achievement, which is what a long, strange trip it's been. And this is completing different world achievements, meta achievements down below, like the Noble Garden, Fool for Love, Wintervale, and Hollow's End. And one of them was Pilgrim's Bounty. So I'm not sure if Blizzard removed it, but I remember this being part of the list in the past. So maybe you don't really need it for this achievement. But for the most part, it's fairly easy to get this done. I started on November 24th and I finished here on November 25th at 9 p.m. Finally getting the last person I needed for the turkey Lurkey. And I'll give you guys tips and tricks on what to do when it comes to that achievement. The first achievement we're looking at here is called the Pilgrims Paunch, and acquire the spirit of sharing from a complete bountiful table feast at every Horde capital. So right now I'm in Thunderbluff, and the special event or the world event is located here in Thunderbluff. And what you have to do for this achievement is basically go to each one of the capitals listed here, Orgimmar, Silvermoon City, and Undercity, and make sure that you participate in the bountiful table and complete the spirit of sharing. So the way that you receive this buff is by eating 5 plates of each of these different dishes. And we have the sweet potato, the cranberry, the turkey, the pie, and the stuffing. Another achievement you can complete while you're sitting here, hopefully there's someone else sitting with you, is the food fight achievement. All you have to do is bounce food off of a fellow feaster's head at the bountiful table. So it's very easy. If someone sits down, you just want to pass the food over to them, and it will, if you pass it enough times, it will bounce right off of them and granting you that achievement. And there we go, just completed my Thunder Bluff. Moving on to Orgimmar, just outside of the front gate, you'll see your bountiful tables and your daily quests here with the Pilgrim Bounty vendor. Now, if you don't see this and you're phased into where you see a bunch of wyverns and just like an army or whatever, what you'll have to do is complete the introduction to the Legion campaign. So I had to complete that intro, and then now I was phased into the present time. So just keep that in mind. Before we move on to Silvermoon City and Undercity, I wanted to talk about the Pilgrim's Progress, and now we're cooking. So what you'll have to do is basically learn cooking if you haven't already, and all you need is level 1. Talk to the Pilgrim's Bounty vendor and purchase the Bountiful Cookbook. This will give you all of the recipes for the seasonal event. You'll have to cook each one of these holiday cooking recipes in order for you to receive the achievement Now We're Cooking. And some of these recipes require some special ingredients. For example, the sweet potato. The Mulgore sweet potato is only located in Thunder Bluff. Let's see here, the cranberry chutney. This can be purchased here in Orgimmar. The slow roasted turkey, the wild turkey, you'll have to farm for these turkey outside of Undercity in the Trisfall Glades. I'll show you exactly where that's at. And you'll just have to hunt down a bunch of turkeys, which will lead into another achievement that we'll talk about further down in this video. The pumpkin pie. This is the ripe Trisfall pumpkin, and this is only purchased in Undercity. And the spice bread stuffing, which can be purchased all through this vendor here in Orgimmar. So for these dailies, you'll find the dailies in Orgimmar, Thunderbluff, and Undercity. Sharing is Caring achievement is pretty self-explanatory. All I have to do is just pass one of every dish at a bountiful table. So just make sure to have someone else there and pass each one of these meals to that other player. Let's move on to going to Silvermoon City. And this one might take some time. So in your portal room, go to this one here. This will take you to Silvermoon City. And the bountiful tables are going to be located outside of the city. I was hoping that they would be in here somewhere, but you'll have to make your way outside of the walls in order for you to see those tables. Outside of Silvermoon City, right next to the Still Whisper Pond, are the bountiful tables, along with the cooking trainer and the Pilgrim's Bounty vendor. So if you need any of these items, there you go. Now, if you do need a little bit more assistance on the daily quests, on the cooking, all the different items, I have a full guide for the Horde and Alliance in the description down below, also in the pinned comment. So the Undercity portal is here next to the Zeppelin to Stranglethorn Vale. So click on that portal. And this might get a little tricky for you guys because sometimes you might not see Zydormi, which is needed to go to the past. And there's a funny bug where I have to kind of go back and forth in order for me to see the past Undercity. And so you can see there, we're finally getting to where we need to be. And this is the only way for you to see the seasonal event items here, or whatever, the daily quests and stuff. So here's one of the daily quests. And you will have to do these daily quests regardless if you like it or not, because there is another achievement that requires you to actually open these bags to get a shot at the turkey shooter, the steel-plated turkey shooter, I believe. And the turkey shooters are these here, and it covers a target with turkey feathers. So this is required for another achievement, which we'll talk about later in this video. But again, here are the dailies. Here's Roberta Carter with another daily. And let's talk to her. I've already cooked all of mine for the most part. And what's great about these bags too is you have a shot at a expensive battle pit that goes for like 20k gold. So I'm facing a bug here in Undercity where I can't get this to complete. I just did the Spirit of Sharing. I acquired this buff 3 times and I still am not getting it for some reason. So this might be a problem, and I might have to check back in a few days to see if I can complete that quest. But let me know if you are getting some luck with that. I unfortunately am not. Right, let's hope and see if my Alliance character can pop this achievement. And there we go. So yeah, for some reason, going through Undercity and trying to get this done, it was not working. I was getting a lot of nothing. And there is a lot of bugs over there with Zydormi and all that, and you have to go through the BFA introduction to get Zydormi to show up and things like that. So it is just a little bit of a challenge on that one, but I went ahead and did it on my Alliance character and we're good to go. And I'll be moving on to finishing this achievement once and for all today. The next achievement we're going to talk about is the Pilgrim's Peril. While wearing either a pilgrim's dress, robe, or attire, take a seat at each enemy capital's bounty table. So all I have to do is just go to each one of these cities, make sure that you are in the area for the event, and you should be good to go. So I'll be showing you exactly where these locations are for the most part for the Horde. Now for the attires, you can get these cosmetic items from your daily quests. And I chose to get or actually I got the Fine Pilgrim's hat from the Pilgrim's Bounty bag. And I have equipped the Pilgrim's attire, which was acquired through a daily quest. So I'm good to go there. Alright, so we are approaching Ironforge. Seeing if we get to sit at a table here real quick. And here we are. Uh-oh. So I just completed Iron Forge. I just went in there, sat down, and got out. For some reason I was getting attacked. And it might be because I have War Mode on. Not sure. But we'll give Stormwind a try and see how this goes. And here outside of Stormwind. And we sat down here. Good to go. And we can head out. So we're back here in Orgimmar. And I toggled War Mode off. Hopefully that will help to not get attacked. And we're going to move on to Darnassus and to the Exodar. And you want to use the Mount Hyjal portal here. This will get us there quickly. Now for Mount Hyjal, we're going to fly over to the Dark Shore. And we want to talk to Zydormi because most likely the tree is burnt. And we'll have to go to the past to see the tree in its full form so we can access the capital city and go through there. So I'm going to dismiss my pets because this is going to cause an issue. And I have like 3 minutes left in PvP.
Go with honor, friend.
Let's go back to the past and we should be good to go. Now I recommend to go into Darnassus first and try to get as high up as possible because this tree is pretty large. Right, so here we go. My first attempt. And the tables are going to be located in Warrior's Terrace. There we go. And we got that achievement. Part of that achievement. There it is. And now moving on to the Exodar. And there's going to be a portal straight to the Exodar. And it should be fairly easy to do. And we're going to fly right out to the docks. Alright, so here we are at the docks. And there is going to be a level 60 guy there. So you have some kind of trap. Can't do that. And there is the portal to Exodar. We're going to port over. And we're going to try to escape these guys. I'm going to feign death here. Boom. And let's mount up. Alright, so here we are. Right in front of the Exodar in the Azuremist Isle. And we're just going to sit down real quick. And there is our achievement. The next achievement we're looking at is called the Terrokar Turkey Time. Defeat Talon King Ikis while wearing a pilgrim's hat and either a pilgrim's dress, robe, or attire. And we want to go to the portal to Shatra, down in the second level of the portal room, out to Outland. And I recommend doing this dungeon on Heroic, so you have a chance at the mount. And we'll take a look at the mount here real quick. Sethic Halls, it drops from Anzu. And it's the Reigns of the Raven Lord. So you might get lucky and get that mount while you're running through here. And this dungeon is located right here in Terrokar Forest. And this dungeon right on your minimap, the one that's to the east, Sethic Halls. Make sure to right click on your nameplate, change the dungeon difficulty to Heroic so you can see the skull there. And that way you have a chance at the mount. So let's go and kill this guy real quick. Now it's one of my favorite dungeons to farm for transmog pieces. There are a lot of great items in here. And it's fairly easy to go through this dungeon. It's probably one of the fastest dungeons you can get through in the game. It's a rare item that's going for 15,000 gold. And so this is one of the main reasons why I just got an epic to drop on my first run with my hunter. That's pretty crazy. Here's Anzu. I doubt I'll get the mount because it's pretty low drop rate. And there is Talon King Ikis. And make sure to have your pilgrim's hat on and your pilgrim's attire. And there it is. There's our achievement. Next up we have the Turkinator achievement. It's very easy to do this one. You'll have to kill 40 wild turkeys consecutively within 30 seconds of each other to have the buff and the stack of 40 to complete this achievement. And finally, the hardest achievement out of all of them, and that is Turkey Lurkey, just because you'll have to farm those daily quests to get your hands on the turkey shooter. Now, you'll have to shoot each one of these different races as rogues in order for you to complete this achievement. But there's this really handy macro that you can use, this search that the game has, and you can do /who R as race -orc or whatever we're looking at. We have undead, blood elf, goblin, and troll. And then C for class -rogue. I'm going to move my chat frame so you can see what I got going on here. And I'm going to hit my macro, and it says 3 players total. So there is this guy, Cross Tyrannus, and Zaint Drakthul, and they're all in Orgimmar right now. Or actually there's one in Orgimmar, a level 67 rogue. So how this macro works is when you hit it, it will tell you all of the different players in total. And let's see, there's only 3 right now as Orc Rogue. I have one in Stratholm and one in Orgimmar. His name is Zaint. So I'll have to find Zaint somewhere here. And there's another one in Ashran. So let's see if we can find this guy. So let's target Zaint. There he is. Let's inspect. This is how he looks. And I'm not sure. Oh, okay, so he's up here. There he is. Let's hit them with the turkey shooter. And there we go. Orc Rogue now complete. So let's now move on to Undead. So who list? Here we go. So we got a couple of Undead. We don't have any in Orgimmar, so that's pretty nice. And you can obviously do this through here. You can go through R-Undead or Orc, C as class, -rogue, and you can see all of the different rogues. Let's go to the Isle of Dorn. Let's get a little closer to where most people are hanging out, which is in this area. Let's go back to that. Let's target this person. And they are literally right in front of me. Okay. Let's hit them with the shooter. Boom, we got the Undead Rogue. This will definitely help you in getting this done a lot faster, and I hope it will. And that's basically how you'll complete those achievements, and you'll be all done. Alright, so I just completed this achievement. I'm so happy. It's 9 p.m. on November 25th, and I started just yesterday on November 24th, but I was kind of not going for the achievements. I was just more focused on getting my characters up to speed with cooking and getting all the dailies done. And I took the time today to finish everything else. Now, my tips and tricks for the Turkey Lurkey is to use the macro that I was showing you, and pressing O under who will show you all of the different rogues, right? So luckily I was able to find every single one, and I got lucky for with like the first 5 or 6 because they were literally right in front of me when I was looking. So here's my first tip for you, is to go to the Isle of Dorn in Dornoggle. For the most part, I found, I would say 70% of what I needed on that list here, literally in this area. And it was fairly easy. People are hanging out in the bank, over in the auction house area, and I believe I found one person over here as well. So they're just hanging out. And another thing that you can do if you're having a hard time with a couple, for me, some of them was a little bit difficult. I was sitting here for like hours trying to find these people, and I finally uh, built the courage to ask them if they could help me. And this is what the outcome was. So if you just ask someone to help you with this achievement, they'll be more than willing to do that. One person said no thanks. One guy says, "Hey, I'm looking to get this achievement done." He didn't respond. And then, actually, he did. He invited me to his group and he's like, "Come to me. I'm just farming skins. No payment needed." So he was a really good guy. And then the last person, they were headed to the bank. I was asking them, "Hey, can I bother you for this achievement I need done? I need to shoot you." And we got it done and it was great. And this is not only the only chat I have. Now, I chatted with a couple of other people on my other characters, and one thing I noticed is that I can't search. And this is honestly the first time I've used the Who list. I didn't even know what this was for, and I was not able to find Horde players as an Alliance character, and vice versa. I just couldn't do it. So I went onto my Alliance character to find Alliance people. Uh, well, I logged onto my Alliance warrior to find the Alliance rogues, and there was no problem there. But anytime I searched for Horde, it didn't work. And with Horde, it was fairly easy. I got everyone done like right away, but the Alliance one was a little bit difficult. Actually, there was one on the Horde side that I was having a hard time with, and that was a troll rogue, and you don't really see those kind of classes and races mixed together. So you will have a little bit of a hard time with this one because it took me quite a few hours to get this done. I was sitting here all day trying to get this done, and some people were logging in and out. This guy's still around. He's still here. You can, whisper to them, target them, and you could probably come up with a macro to like spam it to see if they're in the area. But that didn't work out for me because these people were constantly in and out. They're logging in and out of the characters. They're moving into different cities, different zones. So it was hard to find these people. And yeah, I would definitely whisper them. If you can't find them, trying to sneak up on them like I was doing the whole day, shoot them with your turkey shooter. And the thing is, I'm glad that I have multiple characters to do this on because some of my other characters I would find the person, but then I didn't have the turkey shooter, so I had to log into my other character and go, for example, to Orgimmar and shoot them with the turkey shooter. So keep that in mind. You will have to do those dailies constantly so you get the turkey shooters. Luckily, my Alliance character already had 9, and that was enough for me to get everyone done. So hope this guide was helpful for you, and yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.